Today we are testing out a pet product that I have never even heard of, let alone used before. We are actually going to be unboxing two awesome contraptions from Homerunpet, and I have never ever seen anything like this first one. This is called the Drybo Plus, and it's an automatic cabin pet dryer designed for cats and small dogs. It's an all-in-one apparatus that is a safe and quiet way to professionally dry your pet at home. I'm very excited to try this out, and I think it'll be especially good for Natia. You guys know how much she loves rolling in dirt when we take her out on walks, and she invariably gets really dirty. Up until now, my method of cleaning her post-dirt bath has been wiping her down with a wet paper towel and then attempting to dry her with a towel. It's not a very effective way of cleaning and drying a cat, and if this Drybo works, it's going to be a much better option. Here it is, out of the box. The Drybo Plus comes with a squishy pad insert so that you can use the cabin as a pet bed when you're not using it as a dryer. As a pet owner, I think that is so clever. Having this double as a bed is a great use of space, but even more importantly, the bed component is a brilliant design choice that you can use to encourage your pet to get comfortable inside the cabin before ever even using the drying function. Gold star for that, I think that is genius. The setup is essentially non-existent. You take it out of the box, you plug it in, you peel off the tape, and that is basically it. Look at this. I love it already. It looks like a spaceship, and if you turn the light on, it looks even more like a spaceship. First impressions so far are very good. I am a big fan of the sleek design. I like that it looks both contemporary and elegant. The cabin itself is spacious, but the entire unit is not nearly as bulky as I expected, which is excellent. A few things I want to mention before I test it out. Everything is controlled from this panel here. The interface is straightforward, and there's also a child lock type feature so that your pet, or I suppose your child, can't accidentally turn it on. From here, you can control the temperature, the fan speed, and switch between the machine's 4 modes, which are heat mode, cool mode, cozy dry mode, and quick dry mode. Second cool thing, these windows. We know that cats love boxes, but if for any reason they are averse to this one, these windows will help. The windows can be easily removed so that you can actually put your arm inside and pet your cat to keep them happy and relaxed while they're in there. If you're using it as a bed, you can leave those windows open so that they can easily hop in and out. We're almost ready to give it a whirl, but first we're going to test the fan. I'm going to be candid with you guys, this was my only reservation about reviewing the product, because while I know it's designed to be both safe and quiet enough for a cat's ears, cats are sensitive and they're picky. The volume really needs to be at a reasonable level because I am not about to use or endorse something that frightens my cats. My fingers are crossed. Let's see. I put the Drybo on what I thought was the lowest setting, and I'm going to stop my voiceover so you guys can hear it for real. It's really quiet. I did not expect it to be this quiet. And you know how I just said that I thought that I put it on the lowest fan setting? I realized immediately after that that was actually the highest fan setting. For reference, here is the actual lowest. That's pretty impressive. Even when I mistakenly put it at the highest setting, the cats were entirely unbothered by the noise, which is fantastic. I'm going to put Natia in for the first time, and we're going to see how she reacts with the door closed and the fan on. Given how quiet it is, I have no doubt that my cats will get totally comfortable with it after a few uses, but for the sake of integrity in reviewing, we're going to document the first go for better or worse. Since this is Natia's first time inside, I'm using the window to give her a treat. Again, the windows are a ridiculously smart design idea. As you can see, I wasn't exactly sure what the best way to get Natia all the way in was. I didn't want to spook her or for her to panic when I closed the door. As it turned out, I didn't have anything to worry about. Natia was totally calm, cool as a cucumber, and even stuck her head right back in after coming out. The fan is really gentle, both in pressure and noise, and I am very pleased about that. I have to say, it has completely exceeded my expectations in that regard. Another thing I did not expect was for Gandalf to get in of her own volition. Gandalf really doesn't like being put into carriers, so the fact that she was comfortable just hopping in there and being inside with the door closed is a really good sign. Now, I want to test the efficacy of the drying power, but I know it can be kind of hard to tell wet from dry with white fur and short-haired cats, so here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this yellow sweater of mine, and I'm going to douse it in water so that we can see a change in color. It is now good and soggy, and we can see all those dark wet spots. I've set up my tripod, and I'm programming the Drybo for a 60-minute quick dry. I'm going to leave my camera running, and we're going to see how well the Drybo dries my sweater, which is arguably more difficult to dry than a cat. Here is the whole 60 minutes sped up. Naturally, the cats make a few appearances, and I did not notice until watching it back that you can actually see the sweater expand as it dries. 60 minutes are now up. Moment of truth. That is a dry sweater, my friends. I'll hold it in the light so you can really get a good look. No wet spots. That is pretty darn cool. I think that the Drybo Plus is a magnificent device. I genuinely did not expect it to work as well as it does, especially given how quiet it is, but I am delighted to have been proven wrong. I'm very excited to add this to my arsenal of cat care products. I don't own anything like it at all, and I truly think it's great. Gold star for the Drybo Plus, and to see what we're unboxing next, go to part 2.